Nobody watches you harder than the people who don't like you. So, give them a show they'll never forget.
Now go back to Rockham, tap it. Yay, hey everybody, welcome back. This is Ragazi from Ragazi Era. I'm the host, Ragazi, of course. And we have Crisco from Trash Kings. All right. Now bear with us, guys. I mean, this is the first time we working together as a team. And I think it's coming out pretty good, you know. But today we're going to do some reactions on the
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan podcast with Trump there, right? And
something that Kamala Harris is scared to do.
Yeah, definitely. Did she backed out? Wait, she backed out at like the last minute. She said it was something with her schedule.
I don't know, dude. She's just scared.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull that screen up. Yeah, and
the Joe Rogan experience.
And I think
it's funny. You need at least the attitude of a comedian when you're doing this business. This is a very dangerous business. First of all, it's a very tough business. When
it's the most dangerous business.
It's the most, for a job.
Yes, I mean, other than going to war and being a firefighter or being a cop, it's the most dangerous business.
It's the most dangerous. Being president is the most dangerous.
Especially you. I mean, you haven't even got to the election. There's been 2 assassination attempts, and they've brushed those out of the news like it was nothing.
Yeah, they'd rather not talk about them.
Imagine if there was assassination attempts on Biden, how hard people would be attacking the right. How they would be trying to get guns taken away from people. They would try to ramp up gun laws. They would try to figure out some way to blame you.
Yeah, I love Joe Rogan.
If there was attacks on, if Biden got shot in the ear, we would have never heard the end of it.
But I think he's in good shape because it's only consequential presidents. If you take a look at what's happened, look, I'm for having countries pay us billions and billions and trillions even dollars. I took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China. Nobody took
Stop
in 10
right there.
cents.
Pause
Not
that.
one other president.
Now, I want to talk about that a little bit. Because people want to say that Trump really was fucking the economy. But when other countries try to tax our businesses that we have in their country, and we're building them, they want to tax us extra. He put tariffs on everybody, dude. You know how much money China paid us? Both of us, Babs. You know how much China paid us when Trump was in office? A fuck ton. That helped the economy, dude. You know what I'm saying? If someone outside of our country, if we have businesses outside the country, and they...
Sean, tap the video of us. Yeah, tap it. It's going to turn red. Pull it up. There you go.
Yeah, because, like...
Make sure it fit. Perfect fit.
All these tariffs, though, that, like... That he put on these people, we pay China so much money. We're in debt to China, trillions and trillions, right? So they say. Which I still don't understand how that works. But he put tariffs on all these fucking countries saying, you're going to pay us for our business. You want our business, you're going to pay us for our business, not the other way around. That's why everything was so good. That's why the economy was so great. We put tariffs on everyone. Biden's giving billions of dollars to everyone. What do you do for the fucking hurricanes? Again. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand how the economy works. If the big corporations can get money back, you know what I'm saying? Like we put tariffs on other countries. We're taxing the other countries instead of them taxing us. What's going to happen if a big corporation gets taxed like an asshole? They're going to fucking lower wages. They're going to raise prices. That's why eggs are now $3 a dozen instead of 89 cents. That's what's going to fucking happen. Trump made sure that didn't fucking happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you want to tax our companies that we put overseas to help your country, he's going to tax you back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what tariffs are about.
Yeah. And the question is, like, how is that bad? The fact that we are charging other countries
to use our business.
And for our security.
Yeah.
Because we still got a lot of soldiers all over the world. They call us, the emperors of the world or something like that?
Yeah.
And we're not getting nothing out of it. And it's all just extracting money from us.
Yeah.
Which means the feds got to print up more money And the more money they print, we already know inflation goes up.
Well, that's the biggest problem with the country, though, is we don't export. So we don't make all that extra money. We import. So we're spending all that money.
Right.
So, but if we're
Buying and
importing,
spending, yeah.
you got to think about it, we're importing our own products. And we're getting taxed on our own products that we make in other countries.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
We're, you know, like...
So you want to ask, like, the average liberal out there, like, how do you support this? Because it don't help this country.
Well, that's what's bothering me, too, because... Okay, I'm going off tangent a little bit. Kamala Harris is saying she wants to give tax breaks to the middle class and lower class, right? Mm-hmm. If she did that, what she's saying, okay, yeah, my fiance who works her ass off might get a tax break. Guess how much she's going to save? $40 maybe. But guess what? She's in the tax bracket to where she's going to get all her money back anyways. Mm-hmm. So a tax break for her is nothing. She's making no money. She's not saving any money.
Right.
Like, if she's already at the lowest point to where she's going to get all her money back, who are you saving? If you want to save me money, go tell corporations, stop raising prices on everything fucking like crazy. Make my eggs 89 cents again. We will save more than $40 in a week of grocery shopping. Mm-hmm. You imagine a year of that $40 a week we save, what the prices of the corporations are gouging us for fucking just food.
Yeah.
$40 a week times times 54. That's a lot of fucking money. Your tax breaks you're talking about, Kamala, doesn't exist.
Yeah,
it's not going to do anything for us.
We'll still be in the same situation. Prices still be going through the roof. So even if the money come in, if it's around the same amount of money that we're making already, you're still just going to be struggling.
And that's
just going to pay off the little bills that you have, and then next month it's the same thing. So
that's just locally too. That's just produce locally that we grow here. Not to mention products that we make or our corporations, American corporations, make in other countries, and they bring back, and they want to tax us extra for that.
Yeah, that's
like imagine, dude. That's exactly what inflation is. We need to stop other countries from fucking us.
Yeah,
and we need to lower prices and stop price gouging here in America.
Well, mainly we need those.
And Trump will fucking stop
those companies to come here and set up shop here.
Well, that's what Trump wanted to do immediately.
You don't have to worry about all of
y'all only gave Trump 4 years. Obama had 8
imports coming from all over the world just to get to us, and that's why they're charging more because of the cost of the imports to get here. So when you minimize all of the companies that's running these resources through all of these other countries into us, and we ain't producing nothing, we need to buy it from those countries, and those countries need to go through loops just to get it to us, and this is why they charge us so much, so all of these people get paid from the produce.
I don't know. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Play the shit. Minimize this.
Just tap the screen, bring it down. There you go.
I do things that make it, that don't necessarily make me so popular. I just do what's right. And when you do that, you're more, look at Iran. We would have never had the attack on Israel at all. Iran was broke. I told China, if you buy, you can't do business in the United States under any circumstances. We're going to go cold turkey with China. Some people think that would have been a good idea anyway. But if you buy any oil, 1 barrel of oil from them, you're not doing business. I said that to many countries. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hezbollah. They had no money for Hamas. They had no money. But I make myself, I understand what I'm doing. You make yourself a target. And it's a very dangerous business. But if you just look at statistically, so I said, I sort of think, I don't know if it's right, but 0.1% for a race car driver. It's a pretty dangerous business, right?
Yeah.
0.1% for a bull rider. I tell you, to me, you're talking death. These guys that ride the bulls is worse than UFC. It's worse. Yeah. These guys, you see these big monster bulls, and you see it in slow motion where the foot is like, an inch away from the head. If it hits him, the guy's gone. But they die. They die.
So 0.1% die. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 0.1% die.
Right.
And they certainly get hurt badly. Really, they can't walk after a certain period of time. But with a president, if you look at
the amount of assassination attempts
and attempts too, and attempts. No, it's a very dangerous position. I never thought of that, by the way, when I
what president are we on? What number?
Don't tend to think.
Did you just assume because people loved you on The Apprentice, they were going to love you as a president?
It would be so easy.
What number?
Well, probably would have been if the media
and
didn't
we've had,
attack you the
2
way they
presidents
did.
get assassinated?
They didn't conflate you with Hitler. I mean, even today, like
I think it's two others.
Kamala was talking about you and Hitler. They're going to take what you said about Robert E. Lee. Oh, Donald Trump wishes the South won.
Yeah, so
I mean, there was
They
attempts.
love to take.
Yeah, pause.
Yeah,
there was an attempt on Ronald Reagan.
yeah, well, okay,
They shot
attempts.
him,
If
and
you
then he
if you
kinda
count
fell
attempts
off.
and assassinations and attempts on fucking Trump, dude, that's like 10%.
Yeah.
That's like 10% of presidents are really fucking getting.
Well, not 10%. I mean, it's like
It's a lot. It's more than a
we
tenth of
talk about
1%.
assassination attempts versus actually succeeding.
Well, I'm just saying succeeding and attempts. There's been a lot.
If it's succeeding in attempts, it would probably be like up to 8 to 7, 9. Because I'm sure other presidents.
That's
did
close to
attempts.
10. That's close enough.
You know,
It's a lot.
yeah, it could probably be around. 10%.
And the way and how violent people are getting. I don't know, dude. Like, I swear to God, before Obama, like when Bush was president, what riots were there? I never heard anything about race. You know, the only thing I heard about race was my dad. My dad was a fucking racist asshole.
Which mean who was president?
Huh?
Who was president?
Bush. There was no riots, dude. When Obama became president,
There was cry out for race, or like racism with Bush. Remember with Kanye West?
I guess, but there wasn't the riots like we saw.
Yeah, it wasn't the
Dude,
riot. And the reason
Cincinnati,
why- and the
Baltimore, Watts, all that shit. All
And-
that fucking shit, dude.
Yeah, and the reason why it was no riots is because the establishment was in charge. That when the establishment is in charge, they act like everything is peaches and cream. When somebody like Trump is in charge, that's when they pay.
Well, no,
all these-
Obama's when the riots happened. Though Obama was
Yeah.
supposed to be the peacekeeper. He was supposed to be the savior. He was
Yeah,
supposed to be.
because that was the extremist socialist people out there that was trying to get Obama to comply with a lot of things and go more extreme.
Yeah.
I mean, we have extreme factions out here of people, and a lot of it comes from the lobbyists that's behind the scenes, the shadow government they talking about, the lobbyist people that don't like to be named. Yeah, well, these people create these institutions, and they pay these institutions to go out and protest and become advocates.
Yeah.
And these institutions look for people like me and you to come out and advocate for those issues.
Yeah.
You know, they'll pay us
Well,
to do
all
that.
I know is, dude, is when the riots were happening in Baltimore, the crazy ones, the mayor of Baltimore came out and said, "Well, we just need to give people a space to destruct."
Yeah, which is BS.
So basically, you're saying you fuck these people so hard, they're so pissed off, they need an area to like destruct, but you're not fixing shit. You're not fixing shit.
Yeah.
Instead of fixing stuff, you just let them throw their temper tantrum. They're like a fucking toddler. That's how the people were looked at by the fucking mayor of Baltimore.
Yeah.
They're like toddlers. Just
Because
let them throw their tantrum. They'll stop, and we're not gonna fix shit.
Yeah, we have a
And that was
shitload-
under Obama.
Yeah, we have a shitload of anarchists and Marxists and these type of people that like hate government. That these are the people that actually go to these institutions I was talking about. And
What was the point?
apply to make money to go out there and like.
Well, I don't understand. Why are you gonna hate government, then bitch about government not treating you fairly?
Because that's how you defeat the government. You cater to the minority, and the minority.
But you can't say I hate government and then beg the government to help you.
Yeah, it's an oxymoron type
Yeah.
strategy, but the people fall for it. Because look at it this way: the liberals think conservatives run the government, even though they've been getting what they want, all the riots, and a lot of them ain't going to jail, a lot of them getting bailed out, and even do all of this. 90% of the media run by leftist liberals. Even though they seeing all of this, they still think conservatives run the government. Which don't make sense, because if that's the case, then Donald Trump probably wouldn't have been going through all these trials.
Well, that's not the case too, because the whole left is all about eat the rich, but 80% of liberal votes are from rich, or 80% of the rich vote liberal.
Yeah.
80% of the rich vote liberal. Why? No taxes, no tariffs, no nothing. They know it's going to be
That's
an
what
easy
they-
ride.
right.
And then they just use, I don't know. I'm just going off on a tangent.
I mean, but it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Take things out of context and distort things.
But
But
they don't even have to take them out. They make them up entirely. Okay,
They do
make
that
'em-
too.
But it's interesting when you mentioned I was very popular, and all those people loved me. I mean, some of these women they're so stupid. and Joy, she would, every time she'd see me, I'd be in the theater or something, and she'd, you have to be on the show again. Come on, let's go. We have
She
to.
loved you.
They love me.
That episode where,
By the way,
people
Whoopi-
should watch
It's
that
because of the
episode
ratings.
just to see what we're talking about. Like I said, we don't want to get a copyright strike, so we're not going to put it up. But
okay.
if you watch the episode, it's bananas. It's like an alternative universe, and it's only
But Whoopi
9
loved-
years ago.
Whoopi loved me.
You. Gives you a hug and a kiss.
And how about that other one, the new one on there, the
only
one
love me
from
because of the
my
ratings.
administration? She
The
writes
ratings
me a
bring the
letter,
money,
you're the
whether it's
greatest
good or bad.
president. She leaves. You know, she worked as an assistant press secretary. I hardly knew her. But she leaves and she writes me this gorgeous letter. What's her name? She was, I don't even know, you know, she was in the administration. She's on now currently, sits on the far right-hand side, whatever the hell her name is. And she writes a letter, the most beautiful letter. She's quoted in the paper, he was the greatest president, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden she goes to the View. She started hitting the hell out of me because they won't hire her unless. I've had many people go on CNN and they call and said, I don't know what to do. They want to pay me a lot, but I have to be negative. And I said, be negative, that's okay. There are guys on like CNN, they won't hire them. Sean Duffy is a congressman, and he retired. He got a good job with CNN, but he was only positive about Trump. So they kept him, but they would never put him on. I mean, I respect what he did. He could have gone, negative. I tell people, go negative. Let my friends make the money.
Well,
it's
just
so crooked. The press
it
is so crooked.
It's
I
crooked,
love
but
that.
it's
Talk
also
that, dude.
They're
This is-
diminished.
Talk on that for like a second, dude.
Yeah.
Trump is a ride or die. They're like, yo, Trump, they want me to talk shit on you. They want to pay me a big bag, you know what I'm saying? And Trump's like, fuck it. I'll be fine. Go get your bag, dude. Go get that money. Trump don't care. He said, go get your money. And that should talk to about the person he is. He's willing to let you make money off of talking shit about him. And he's like, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's the difference
But
between
that's
the
something
right
that
and
they
the
not-
left, though.
Yeah.
The right wants to cry victim. Donald Trump, like you said, people want to talk negative. They're getting paid.
he's not
They're
crying.
literally getting paid to talk negative. That means that's not your true thoughts. That's not your true insight. You're getting paid to say something negative. You're getting coached. You're getting, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you're getting coached. But Trump, at the end of the day, is like, fuck it.
Yeah, and that's not even all. They getting paid under the table also. They getting paid under the table also just to talk smack about him.
But even his friends, he said, go do it. Go do it. I said, you'll still be my friend. I'll still love you at the end of the day. Make your money. We'll all laugh about it because it's bullshit. He don't care, dude. He's not sensitive. And that's the difference. Like, I don't know how anyone can vote left. Because if I were to vote leftist, because I'm not left or right, I'm fairly centrist a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Me and you, we have a few conflicting views. We have a few conflicting views, but at the end of the day, we're still good friends. You know, is that the left? Dude, how can you vote left? I feel like I would have to cut my nuts off in order to fucking vote left. Like, you have to be a crybaby, dude. You have to be a whiny, victimized crybaby. Trump's like, fuck it, go get your money, talk shit. Not once has Trump played the victim card.
Right.
He got shot. He fucking got shot and he didn't play the victim card. He's like, yeah, a little sucky, but whatever. I'm still out here doing my thing. What kind of man do you want to be in life, dude? What kind of man do you want to be? Do you want to cry when you get hit in the face? Or do you want to bow your chest up and be like, okay, I took it?
Yeah, especially in these time and age. I mean,
What kind of man do you want to be? I can't. If you're a man and you vote left, I'm sorry, dude. You need to cut your nuts off. I just don't agree. I just don't agree at all.
I agree with you. Yeah, definitely. The left is unhinged, man. They are in such a bubble. It's to the point where they don't even want nothing else but to talk negative about Trump.
Yeah.
For the past almost 10 years.
Yeah, what's your policies? Talk about what you want to change in life. Talk about what you want to build up. Talk about infrastructure you want to bring to the country.
I've been looking at like the Charlie Kirk videos. They come out and they don't have nothing to say but just, oh, he's a Nazi, he's this, he's that, he's misogynistic, he's a
That's
bigot,
that's what pisses
so they
me off
ain't
the
voting
most.
for Kamala, they voting against Trump. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It could be anybody there.
Well, that's
And
what
they will
pisses me
vote
off
for
about
him.
Charlie Kirk is because Charlie Kirk allows you to speak. That's the opposite of fascism. fascism is stopping people from speaking. I've seen so many videos where Charlie Kirk was supposed to go to a fucking university and speak, and they denied him. What is denying free speech? Fascism. Who's a fascist? Not the right. The problem is, dude, because we'll let you speak, and you can never win a debate against the right person.
The left,
You'll cry.
The left owns and runs and control 98% of the what they call it the
Education system.
The top 500 companies, corporations, the Fortune top
Fortune 500.
Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
Right. 98% of them is leftist. But leftist people look at us like we are the ones that's running.
But they want to give Babs a tax break that won't even affect her because she's already so low in the bracket.
They're giving pibbles and bits when these illegal aliens out here getting almost $15,000 a month.
And they wanted to give what, $300 to the hurricane survivors or something? $750.
Black folks, they out there giving your reparations to the illegals.
And Ukraine.
If they would just give y'all $3,000 a month, y'all would have been happy. But no, they getting damn near up to $15,000. $5,000 in cash, $10,000 in fucking what they call it, EBT, welfare.
SNAP. Well, the problem is, I saw the same thing when we did our documentary.
It just shows that these people are not smart.
When I was working for my last company, and we're doing a documentary about immigration into Europe, right? They took people that were in like veterans, homeless people, elderly people, took them out of their housing, forced them on the streets, moved immigrants in, and then the immigrants was getting all the EBT, just like here today. I've always said we're 10 years behind Europe. Whatever Europe's going through right now, we're going to go through it in 10 years. But you have to think about exponential rates, so it might be 3 years. But they literally, the immigrants in Europe were begging because they wanted cigarettes. They didn't just want food money. They wanted cigarette money. And what does the governments do over there? We're not just giving EBT to the immigrants here. We're giving them PlayStation money. We're giving them cigarette money. These cats are laid up with PS5s on the fucking street, some of them. Venezuelans in New York, dude, look that shit up. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. And I get it. Yes, there are some that want to come here for a better life. But the Mexicans I worked with on the farm and shit like that back in the day, when I talked to them, they didn't come here for a better life. They came here to make a buku amounts of money for nothing and send it back home where it's worth 10 times more. Then they're going to live their best life. They don't want to immigrate here. Immigrants that are here that's working for back home, they don't want to stay here.
Yeah, they just find it to be an opportunity to make a lot of money.
They're going to work 5 years here, make a fuck ton of money, and go home and live like a king. Yeah. All the immigrants coming in now, cartel and shit. They don't want to leave. They're getting all this free shit. When Biden was talking about, I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. Biden was like, crops are rotting in the ground. Okay, well, you have 1,500 Venezuelans living in 5-star hotels in New York. What crops are they fucking getting? Because New York is a food desert. They're not in Ohio. They're not in Wyoming. They're not in Montana. They're not in Nebraska. They're in the sanctuary cities. LA, New York, Cincinnati, Baltimore, big cities.
Where they have a high level of immunity.
All of southern Texas.
Yeah.
All of southern Texas. So what crops does Texas have? Texas has cows. Texas has cows, dude. It's all a fucking dirt land. They're not growing crops in Texas. What crops are rotting in the ground, Biden, that these guys are picking? Please tell me. Because they're not.
They get up there and they say anything, bro. They could get away with that.
Dude, I wish I was an immigrant, dude. If I could be an immigrant in New York making the amount of money they're making, you know how many fucking concerts I go to? You know how many night outs I'd have? I'd be living my best life if I had the money they were giving me and I was living in New York for free in a 5-star.
Oh, yeah. I'll probably move back to New York if they was giving
we
me that
struggling to fucking pay bills and finding something fun to do. These cats up here just living their best life.
And they getting loans on cars, loans on houses. They getting all of that. I don't know how leftist people don't see that this is an attack on the country.
Because they're fucking retarded.
Trying to get control out of chaos.
Well, it was like the Whatever podcast. The Whatever podcast, whatever it is. There's so many people that are so me. Not you. If everybody helped everybody, nobody would suffer. If everybody thinks about themselves, some people are gonna suffer. End of the day, dude. Very simple logic.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we have a lot of Marxists here. We have a lot of socialist, communist people here, and they are ordinary citizens, and they don't like the country at all.
well, see,
So
my thing is,
we have people that's literally our enemy living amongst us.
I saw a thing the other day.
I won't say
Someplace,
it's everybody though. Most people just
some
brainwashed.
place in the Midwest, a lot of Venezuelans took up. Venezuelans have been doing mob shit, beating on doors. Yo, pay us this, or else you don't have protection.
Yeah, and liberals
That's
from-
literally the
they-
mob shit
if
from
you-
back
If you
what?
say that to a liberal, then
The 1920s,
they're just
when
gonna
the
say
fucking
it's a
Italian
conspiracy.
mafia exists. 1920s, 1930s. Well, when was a liquor illegal? That's exactly what was happening. The same time, the Italian mob, the Irish mob, same shit. Venezuelans here, it's the same shit. Pay us for protection or else. And this is going on in the country now. They're happy homes, families, just simple people living simple lives, doing their 9 to 5. And now they're getting threatened from immigrants saying, if you don't pay us, you don't have protection.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? In Colorado, and once the mayor got a hold of the information, he said he was going to look into it, whatever the case is. But then he just made all of the people within those compounds move out, and then that's when the Venezuelan gangs moved in.
Yeah.
So they gave it to him anyway.
Yeah.
They ended up giving him the place anyway, and the man had to sell it. The man that owned it sold it. The landlord of the
Yeah, I was watching shit the other day.
complex.
Dude was talking about how the amount of money, like, cause TD Bank, did you see that? There's a banking in America, TD Bank.
Yeah.
I sent it to you. TD Bank just got in trouble. They got a $3 billion fine because they have been funneling money and laundering money for the cartel, for fentanyl dealers and shit like that. Not one person got prosecuted. They just had to pay a fine. Dude, fentanyl is killing so many people in the streets. It's insane.
Yeah, this is a well planned, organized attack against the country.
Dude, our banks are in on
And
it.
they just-
Our
and they
banks
just-
are in on it, and people don't
And this
fucking
is why they
see
hate
it.
conservative the most, because we know about what's happening. A lot of us know about warfare, and this is why they want to silence us the most. Because when we talk, we wake more liberals up. I used to be a liberal myself.
Yeah.
Voting Democrat until well
Like a dumbass, yeah.
Yeah, like a dumbass. And I could proudly say that I'm not a dumbass anymore. But I know where my mind state was at. I the one that got a lot of people within my family to vote for Obama because I was so happy, the blackface and black man about to become president. And y'all told my family about it. They didn't even know when I told them about it. They were like, a black man running for president. Can he do that?
No, you want to go back to Charleston White? Is he actually black because he was raised by a white mother?
Yeah, he's black. Yeah, I mean,
Well, that's why I see a lot of shit recently.
Naturally, it's supposed to be what your father is. If your father was white, then you can be considered a white kid. If your father's black and
here's the thing,
your
though.
mother's white,
Obama
then you can be
didn't come
considered
from
black.
the struggle that the average black man does in inner
he
city
didn't.
areas.
He didn't.
So he can't even begin to fathom or understand or even know where or begin to help, which he did none of. Like I said, all the riots happened. I was watching videos. There was a bunch of young black kids on there, and
Yeah,
he
but
says
the riots wasn't just.
the
All
young-
the riots was
the videos I was seeing, the young black kids were like, "We want jobs. Bring us infrastructure. Bring us jobs. Bring us something, and we will work." What did Obama do? Nothing. What did the mayor do? Just destroy. Have fun destroying. We're not gonna fix shit. Get it out your system. Get it out your system. We're not gonna fix shit. How can you have a black mayor that doesn't give a fuck about the black community in her city?
No, it's simple. There's a lot of black people out here that will sell their people the fuck out because they're tired of being poor. They don't want to be poor, and they just want to live a lavish, better life. So we got a whole hell of a lot of sellouts in our communities.
Yeah.
A whole lot of them. And the industry told you. I mean, a lot of celebrities.
Oh,
tell you,
I've been saying this for years, dude. Jay-Z and Beyonce could fix half the inner city areas with the money they have.
they damn self, yeah. But they won't do it. And the reason why is because they sold their souls to the system.
Hey, I think they've
Just
been
like-
very quiet
just like
the last
the
few
Deep
years because they've been involved in some shit, and I think the Diddy parties are about to reveal some shit. We talked about that the other week. We don't have to go back into Diddy parties,
Yeah,
but
we could talk about it all again and again and again, as long as that shit still happens.
but I think Jay-Z and Beyonce went quiet because they're like
They hand is in everything. Yeah,
everything.
this is why-
They had to take a back seat because they know they can get fucked at any moment, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. We can continue this. This one clip's gonna be
wanna
an
go-
hour video.
How long is this clip?
5 minutes.
Like 5 minutes? So it's pretty much done, right?
10. We got an hour off of one clip.
Yeah, I know. Once we ramble, we ramble. That's how it is.
But we're speaking the truth. And that's what the people need to hear, so.
Absolutely. So you can minimize it, yeah. And yeah.
Finishing themselves. They're killing all their credibility, and it's opening up the credibility to new media. It's opening up the credibility to independent media. All these.
The worst I've ever seen, though, and I've seen the worst. I mean, I've been a part of it. I've seen the worst. Kamala goes on 60 Minutes, gave an answer that a child wouldn't give. It was so bad. And 60 Minutes took the answer out. They took the whole, and they put another answer in.
They edited it deceptively,
Which didn't make sense either, but it was better. They took it wasn't editing. It was fraud. This was not editing. Editing is where I'll give an answer and they'll take a couple of words and change them around, or they might even take a sentence or two off, which is very bad. But it's sort of bad. I'd give an answer which was a very good answer. I always talk about, I like to give long the weave. I like to give.
Yeah, you like to weave things in.
But when you do the weaves, and you have to be very smart to do weaves. When you do the weave, look at this. Just in this one thing, we're talking about little pieces all over here, but it always ends up
home.
No, it comes back home.
Yeah.
For the right people. For the wrong people, it doesn't come back home, and they end up in the wilderness, right? but they can take my answer, and you know what? They may take a little piece of it out or something, and they use the term, "Yes, we wanted to save time." Well, it's not. But I've never heard. I think it's the biggest scandal in broadcast history, what happened to CBS. So you have CBS 60 Minutes. That's a news program. It's not an entertainment program. It's under their news. It's the head of their news thing. She gives an answer that shows that she's essentially incompetent.
If Kamala is as smart as she is, reveal the whole interview. And I love how, because they keep backtracking. They're like, well, Trump was on 60 Minutes and he walked out. Trump don't deal with bullshit. If you piss him off, he's going to leave. At least every answer he gave is what he gave. Mm-hmm. He walked away because he was fed up. You could see that right there, plain as day. When you're watching the new fucking 60 Minutes of Kamala Harris, it's faked.
Yeah, it was all chopped down
It's
for
fake.
like 20 minutes.
She was talking about what would you do with Israel? What would you do about Israel? Well, I eat salad sometimes on Sunday morning, and then I like flying balloons, is basically what she was saying. Like, why does it take you 20 minutes? Dude, this is a big thing for a lot of people, because a lot of people are pro-Hamas, a lot of people are pro-Israel. There's two different sides to the fucking shit, but it's a very big, big topic, right? Mm-hmm. If you're going to be president, you should have a concise, fucking quick answer to say, hey, what you going to do in the Middle East? What are you going to do with Israel and Hamas? What are you going to do with the Palestinians? Mm-hmm. If you have a plan if you have a plan in mind and you know what you're about to do to help the whole fucking situation, which isn't even our fucking problem anyways, but if you know what you're going to do to help the fucking problem, fucking say it. Don't go off on a 10-minute tangent and then edit the shit. I don't know. Play the thing.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me.
You go in
now.
there.
You can see how in a video, Donald Trump he's going off the top and answering the questions.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And you see how Kamala Harris is scripted. That's why when you ask about the economy, she starts talking about her middle class family and all this bullshit, right?
Yeah, we don't care about you. We're talking about us now. Us now.
Right, but they always saying Donald Trump is he's senile, he old, they say all of this BS.
Watch the whole Joe Rogan podcast.
Every time he come out and do these podcasts, he's unscripted. They ask him these questions and he just come with an answer. A lot of times he kind of go on a tangent and start joking, but that's fine. It's jokes, right? But then he still answer the question when you talk about the economy. When you talk about how he plan on getting the corporations and stuff to come back to the country. You know, and how he going to secure the borders. You know, he's very precise with what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know, in ways he's answering the question. As far as her, she's scripted.
Well,
She's saying
you saw the
same
thing.
things
You saw the
over
thing.
and
The
over
earrings she
and
had
over.
in. Somebody found the same earrings she had in, and they realized those pearl earrings were a listening device.
Yeah.
Someone found it on Amazon. The shit she was wearing in her ear was a listening device. People found it on Amazon. You can buy it for like $20.
Yeah. I mean, my whole
And
thing
how,
was,
how are you running for president and you can't even be covert about your secret listening devices?
this is why she's losing.
You're
a
not
lot
smart
of
enough to be
votes.
president, dude. If I was running for president and I was just spewing bullshit to get whatever views and votes or whatever I wanted, I wouldn't have a $20 Amazon fucking hearing piece in my ear. I would be like, CIA, make me something that no one's gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You're not even capable of being covert. You're not even trying to hide your stupidity. You're not even trying to hide your
It just
stupidity at
shows
all,
that-
dude.
It just shows
Thousands
that
of people
the
saw that
people
earring.
within her campaign are complicit. It's the people in her campaign that's running these operations.
And they're
They don't-
retards too.
and they
They're
don't- it don't have
fucking
nothing to do with
idiots.
Secret Service. It don't have nothing to do with the feds. It's their campaign that's going out and doing that. This BS. And these are ordinary retarded.
I
liberals.
can see it now. I
They
can
can't
see it
even
now.
Explain what a woman is.
Kamala. Guess what? Kamala, I found these secret earphones on Amazon for $20. You should put these
Let's
in.
try it.
You should put these in right now, Kamala.
Let's try it.
And then I'll talk to you through a mic and,
It's gonna be
coach
awesome.
you what to say. And then everybody was like, I own those. I have those.
People are like,
I've seen those.
These are the fucking earrings that. Oh man, it's she's so exposed right now.
And
that
she
they're losing a
was
lot of
probably
votes.
sitting there like, yes, that's a coat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How fucking retarded can you be, bro? Everyone knows.
But they could get away with that because they're voted.
They're not getting away with everybody because we see it. Some of
No,
us see
they
it.
still got millions of people named voter base. That's just. I mean, they still.
And that's millions of people I want to go punch in the
They
mouth.
understand. They understand that it's corrupt and the system is corrupt, but they just looking at it like their team is just trying their best to win. That's it, and they hate Trump so bad that they will vote. They will vote for Kamala. If Kamala dropped out and they put a fucking a cup with a D written on it, like Nancy Pelosi said, they could get a fucking mug cup elected,
Probably, yeah.
which says a lot about their fan base. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just retards being retards at this point, I feel like. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that on air, but
I mean, listen, on here, I don't like to say I say everything, but you know, I'm already demonetized. They can't do nothing to me right now.
yeah, fuck them.
They're like, damn, if we take anything else, he ain't gonna have no channel.
All right, you can go, Babs.
And they took the answer. Could you imagine them doing that?
We
for
can
me?
show it if you want people to see it. Can we
Go
show
ahead.
it? No?
Sure.
We get in trouble, we'll get copyright strikes.
He's like, sure, show.
Okay.
I'll
Anyone can find
indemnify
it,
you.
but it's drastic. But what was interesting was the other full version was available initially. It was like a preview.
Somebody made a big mistake.
Somebody put that preview out there.
Some kid
and
put the
then-
preview
exactly.
out. And then the bosses did this or that. And then all of a sudden they said, we got a problem.
Exactly. And then
They
it
got caught
became-
by mistake.
Well,
But don't you think that's a bit, to me, and don't forget, this is election interference and fraud. And it's 60 Minutes, it's their news division. So
I will
they give-
say,
deal.
dude, they're
they give
reaching
those
for everything being
licenses out,
electoral
Joe, for
fucking
free.
fraudulent.
They should pay a fortune. They're worth a fortune. They give them out for free because they're using the public airwaves. With cable, you don't have that. Cable's different. But, you know, it's just a different deal. But with the networks, they give those licenses. They're worth billions of dollars. They give them out free. But you have to be honest and all. That was bad. I think that David Muir and that woman that was aside, I never even heard of her, but they kept interrupting me. It was like, I said, how many people am I debating here? I got this one and I got you two. But he went after me 11 different times. You know, it's interesting. I always thought he was a nice guy, but he's just like the rest of them, you know?
Well, that's his job, unfortunately, and I'm sure.
I'll say that
what they
though.
want-
Pause this
You're
real
right.
quick.
Well,
I'll just go real quick. How many times has Trump said in videos, dude? If you listen to him, this guy's a nice guy. I love this guy. This guy's big. Look it up. fucking, who am I looking, which camera am I looking at? Look it up, 50 Cent and Trump. Google 50 Cent and Trump. You know what I'm saying? He just says everyone's a nice guy. That's a good guy. This is a great guy. I've never seen him really fucking slander anybody. I've never seen him really. He hated Hillary when he was voting for Hillary. Not voting for Hillary, when he was running against Hillary. You know what I'm saying? He talked a lot of shit against her. But besides that, he's always building people up. You can look up the video with him and 50 Cent. He's talking to 50 Cent. He's like, my kids love your music. You're such a great guy. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pumping it out. I love your music. My kids love your music. Trump is always building someone up or saying, you're the good guy or you're a great guy. He rarely does he slander people, except for his opponents, obviously. But his opponents are fucking retards. His opponents are fucking idiots.
He had something to say about Omarosa. And Omarosa was a Republican. She supported him. But she turned on him after he fired her for throwing a party at the White House like if she run the shit. So he fired her, and she started talking shit.
Well, that's the thing.
And wrote a book.
That's the thing. That's all I'm getting at. He built her up. He said she's a good person.
Yeah.
Until she fucked up.
Yeah, until she fucked up.
That's what my big thing is.
I forgot what he called her. I think he called her like a backstabbing dog or something like that. But whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you talk shit against me, I'm gonna talk shit too.
Yeah, they try to make it seem like he called her that because she's black, but that wasn't the reason.
I'm just saying, dude.
Did some sneaky shit.
I see Trump building people up more than I see him breaking them down.
Now,
Kamala Harris wants to break people down instead of building up, and that's my thing. It's a lot easier. It's me and you, right? Just me and you. Where you're at on life and society and where I'm at on life and society. It's a lot easier for me to break you down to make me look good rather than build myself up, make myself look good. Kamala breaks people down to make herself look good. Trump builds everybody else up because he already knows where he's at. He says, I know I look good. I'm going to build you up so you look good too. I'm going to build you up too. The left is opposite. They want to break you down so they look good. They want to. That's why it's you're racist this or you're misogynistic this or you're a fucking whatever this. It's easier to break people down to make yourself look good than to build yourself up to make yourself look good. People don't have the energy to build themselves up. They're fucking lazy. People don't see their own potential no more. The left is lacking potential so much, dude. Like if the left decided,
I mean, they dominate in the system. I mean, the industry, Hollywood. I mean, but that's
but here's the thing: if you
help.
see a crying child somewhere, you're gonna run to the rescue.
Yeah,
and that's the left. They're a crying child, so everyone runs to their fucking rescue.
Yeah,
that's exactly what the left is. They're a fucking crying child, dude.
yeah.
All right.
The problem was they fact-checked you and they didn't fact-check her. And one of the most egregious examples of that was when she said that there are no troops right now deployed in war zones. Yeah. There's a very famous viral video that went online of troops in a war zone saying, well, what the fuck are we then? Because there's thousands of them. Dan Crenshaw, the congressman, posted on his Instagram all of the various examples of troops that are deployed, thousands and thousands of troops that are currently deployed.
Stupidly deployed.
But the point is, if this is going to be an actual real debate and not a propaganda exercise, if it's going to be a real debate, you have to fact check everybody. So like if someone says maybe she thought there was no, which is also a problem. So it's one of two things. It's either it was not true, it was a lie on purpose, which is terrible. Or,
Joe Rogan is hated because he does DMT and mushrooms. That's it. He trips a little bit. He dabbles in, I guess you can call them drugs. He dabbles in drugs. So he does DMT. But Aaron Rodgers has been doing a lot of DMT lately. No one's questioning him. But because he's a little bit extroverted in his lifestyle, everyone says nothing he says is credible. But you have to understand this guy will sit down and get stoned and study and look up and research and study. Joe Rogan's not a dumbass, dude. By any means. He's not. But Joe Rogan's not a dumbass by any means, dude. He has nothing. It's his whole life. That's what his life is based around. His career is based around. Studying, and researching. And people just won't give him half of a day because he's a crazy conspiracy person that talks about aliens once in a while. So what? He talks about aliens once in a while. He's still smarter than every leftist.
He I mean,
Like right now, he's just spitting knowledge.
I mean, everybody talks about aliens, so I mean, it's not even like a.
I'm
not
just
even like a
saying,
conspiracy theory.
people are discrediting people for the wrong reasons and crediting people for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I mean, they witch hunting for anything.
Yeah.
You know, they witch hunt for everything.
This is wild.
It was the opposite. It was ignorance, which is also terrible.
Well, Joe, when I said crime is soaring, he said, no, crime has gone down. I said, where did you hear that one? Crime has gone down. I mean, I'm debating with this guy, but I've had that.
Well, there was amended FBI statistics that came out after that showed that crime had gone up
And
substantially.
by the way, the statistics were a fraud because when they put out the statistics, they didn't include some of the worst places. They didn't include some of the worst cities, some of the most deadly places. But
And
when the
there was
real
also
numbers
a
came
problem.
out, I turned out to be right. But I haven't.
You turned out to be right, but then there's another problem. Unreported crime is way up because people have lost. Look, the morale that the police department has in a lot of these cities where they've done this defund the police bullshit.
Right.
The morale of these poor cops, it's fucking horrible.
Yep. Yeah, stop it and watch the screen. All right.
Yeah, one clip. We got like an hour off of it. Huh?
46 minutes. Okay.
All right, so I'm closing this off.
We can ramble. We can ramble for about 10 minutes at least.
I don't know what to ramble about. I rambled.
All right.
Shorter video than usual.
Huh?
Said shorter video than usual.
No, we could just start the next one and go over.
What time is it?
It's still early.
Not for her. She's dying.
No, she's fine. She looks like she got energy. She's happy. She learned some extra stuff. She's ready to go.
Maybe. How are we getting into this? Like, you have to cut this part out that we're just talking about right now.
No, don't worry about that. Because I want people to feel a lot more that we regular people, man. And this is what goes on behind the
Regular
scenes.
people. My fiance's doing all the engineering, but she's sick. So I don't know how much more we can do.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it here then. Thank you for coming by.
Of course.
Crisco from Trash Kings, right?
Trash
Make
Kings.
sure y'all go to Trash Kings and subscribe to his channel.
We'll have the up thing eventually.
Oh yeah, definitely. We doing all that. We working together. Trust me, we working together. Even if I gotta drag him in here and he be half conscious on the floor.
You don't have to worry about dragging me.
With
You
a
gotta worry
mic
about
next to
dragging
me.
her.
Yeah. So thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Yeah, there you go.